Hey guys, I just got home from work. I have a bath going in the background, but I wanted to get unready and make a little video because before work I was watching this TikTok, right? And I should really stay off social media because I always feel better when I do. But anyway, so I was watching this TikTok and it was basically like an interview between a guy and a girl, and the guy asked the girl, he goes, why is it that women can ask men how old they are, but when we ask women, they get so offended? And then she went on a rant to say, like, she's not offended by people asking how old she is, like, she never gets offended, and that men can get offended too, and, like, it's okay for them to have preferences and whatever, right? But my problem is, that didn't answer his question, which was more than valid and accurate, right? So let me answer that question, okay? For y'all. Number one, pretending that we are the same is just, it divides us further, okay? Men and women are genetically different. I like to compare that to race, which is probably a bad comparison, but like, what else am I gonna compare it to? But like, when people say that they're colorblind, right? And I think that's a great concept. It's a good idea in theory. You want to treat everybody the same, but the reason why that's wrong is the same reason why communism is wrong, right? If we treat everybody the exact same, then we forget to respect and recognize and appreciate their cultures and their heritage and their background, and our background and our cultures and our heritage and whatever, right? So it's like, that's the problem with the colorblindness, anti-racism, whatever. You can still treat everybody the same, but it's a matter of respecting cultures as well, right? So if we forget that men and women are genetically different, right, and we start thinking to ourselves like, oh, men have the same thoughts and feelings and whatever that we do. Yeah, they do, but it's different. Like, oh, women can do anything men can do. Well, yeah, we can, but it's different, right? So, like, for a woman to get jacked, it's just gonna be harder. And that's a terrible thing to say. I am a girl's girl for sure, but that's the reality of it. That is just how it is. We are different. So, the same concept applies in here, except on a societal basis, right? There's so much pressure for women to do everything before they expire or whatever, right? And in Leo DiCaprio's case, we all know that the age is at 25, right? But the idea behind that is it's kind of been ingrained in us for a really long time. The idea is based off of fertility, as frustrating as it is for me to open my mouth and have those words come out, that is true, right? It's ingrained in us to procreate. So therefore, once women get past a certain age and are less likely to procreate by society, they are deemed as less valuable, right? Or less beautiful, or less whatever, right? Men don't have that problem. I'm sorry, guys, but I've never looked at a man who's older and been like, oh, he's so much less attractive because he's old. Like, no. I mean, of course there gets to a point where all y'all become cute little, grandmas and grandpas, like little gnomes in a yard, you know what I mean? But before that, you guys can have fine lines and the wrinkles and the whatever, and still be deemed as attractive or sexy or whatever. Versus women, we have all this pressure on us to never age and never, I don't know, just so many things that we have pressure to do. I have a bath going, so you girls are going to the bath. So you're coming with me because I'm not done talking. But anyway, so there is a lot of pressure as a woman, and therefore it's kind of rude to ask us how old we are because we already feel so much pressure all the time. I don't need to be reminded that I'm, 27 and I don't have a husband and I, there's so many things that I don't have yet, right? And I'm worried that I might never get, and I have to accept the fact that that just might not be in my cards because I am less desirable than, like, all the young women on the market that have more to offer. And I say it in quotes because it's a societal thing. I vehemently disagree, but that doesn't mean that every man on the planet does. You know what I'm saying? So I once, okay, story time. I gotta say, I was going to. By the way, I do hang my clothes because your girl's broke. Okay, I literally just have. Sorry, I gotta turn off the bath. Anyway, I literally just have a wash shirt, guys, because I'm broke. What can I say? Yo, girl's a classy broad. But anyway, story time. So I was on a date with this guy, and this is back when I had a dating app. I know, I'm a bad noodle. I don't have a dating app anymore. This was a long time ago, right? Anyway, he was 32, but he was a lawyer, right? Sounds like a great guy. Sounds like a good catch already, a lawyer. Okay, my problem with him was that he very much, first date was like, I am looking for a wife. I want to have a bunch of kids, right? And therefore, she needs to be between the ages of this and this. And I was like, pause. You swiped on my profile because I was between those age ranges? You wouldn't date somebody your own age or even just 3 years younger than you? And he goes, no, because I want to have a bunch of kids. And we only have so many years to do so before she's no longer fertile. So I want to try and get as many babies out of her as possible before then. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what am I doing here? I was like, I gotta go, actually. Like, I gotta go, you know? Because legal slavery just doesn't sound like my thing. So I was like, I'm good. Don't get me wrong. I love kids, and I would love to be that person that gets that stay-at-home mom life. Don't like my secret fantasy. Like, there it is. You got me. But like I said, slavery. Not really. Not really. That's the type of guy who's gonna cheat on his wife all the time and probably beat her too. Like, I'm good. You can't buy me. Like, there are other things that I want to do with my life. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it'd be great to be a stay-at-home mom and have that little fantasy. But I got other fantasies that I'd be more than willing to go for that doesn't involve you. So goodbye. But yeah, so like men out there like that exist. I'm not just blowing smoke. That exists, and unfortunately, it exists a lot. It is extremely common. So yes, it's an insult to ask me how old I am. I hate that. I hate people asking me my age and my weight. You don't need to know. There's like no reason do you ever need to know. You don't need to know. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.